1-1 right now. We're in the losers bracket, so if we can't beat this Ezreal Draven, you know, Forest has a bit of a tricky time against Ezreal Draven, and if that happens, you know, we just get eliminated, which I wouldn't really mind at this point. Like, a pretty large part of me just wanted to drop, but I knew enough of you guys wanted to see me play it out. So this is a bit of an interesting one. Frozen Sentry is really nice here. You really just want more cards like that. You actually don't really get much value out of Vile Feast. They don't actually really run anything that Vile Feast has the ability to kill. But it's also just some of our fairly very early game options at all. Like if I want to block Draven or something like that. Catalysts is really awkward to keep in a hand like this. It's really nice and I like the heal here, but depending on like the rest of our hand, it might not be good enough. I think I'll keep Catalyst and kick the Vile Feasts a bit aggressively. Because the Catalyst needs to search for an out, and the Vile Feast kind of like staying in hand makes the Catalyst just harder to hit with. This is a pretty big deal. So we can sort of slow play it a bit. A large part of this matchup is just making sure that, you know, we're keeping our health high, pretty much. They win with like Captain Fron and Tri-Beam. He takes a pass here, which is pretty interesting. I think we should just pass back. I mean, it's likely that's a Draven or maybe could be like a weird Ezreal or something. I mean, I get to late game faster than him. It seems like really weird to not pass here. Okay. And we can definitely go ahead and play Trundle next turn. So, I mean, we can honestly keep passing. There's kind of nothing really incentivizing us to play something here. Like, the one thing we could play is maybe one Sentry. But if he passes back, that's even better for us anyway.
These old eyes still see far and clear.
So, we're probably going to have to burn this 2 mana, which is a little awkward. Ooh. Wow, Culling Strike for the Sentry. Whoa. Huh. Okay. That's interesting. I mean, he's kind of identifying it's really the only thing you can Culling Strike. The draw here is honestly kind of nice. Really, his deck really wants to deal like these bits of chip damage into me. I'm pretty happy Vile Feasting here and just making his attack bad. Of course, Vile Feast has like 1 health gain later anyway. And if he open attacks, then we just Catalyst anyway. Yeah, I mean, I do want to Catalyst a little bit earlier. And I'm not in a hurry to play Trundle on the defensive turn if he open attacks. The mana efficiency. Let's play out the 1 Vile Feast here. It's too likely that we won't have as clean of an opportunity to get like the mana in the next like 3 turns, the way this hand is looking. Okay. Frozen Trapper is really nice to draw. Came in a little late here. So, I mean, I can easily play Trundle here. The only problem with Trundle is I can't really block without the Troll Chant in hands. Because, you know, he can just kill it unless I'm bluffing it. Which I don't really have the ability to do as a one-of. I'm pretty happy to take damage and then use the Catalyst of Eons afterwards. I mean, if he's attacking, that's what's going to happen. So, I guess I'll just play the Trapper now. I don't think there's enough of a reason to develop Trundle in this action. It's like, I can't play both Trundle and Wired Bloodclaw after, which does matter a bit. But next turn is also the one where I don't need to bank full, so this kind of feels like the best Catalyst I'm getting. Double attack here is good for me. Oh, by the way, we do need to be counting his 3 mana cards, right? He's played 2 so far, Sump Dredger and Culling Strike. It's important the deck runs 3 Tri-Beam and Power Pillars, so the Tri-Beam is currently dealing 3 damage. So I can block this and then Catalyst after to full. And I think that's pretty much the best Catalyst we're getting. You do have to, you shouldn't feel forced like you have to Catalyst super early. Like, you don't have to Catalyst on literally turn 3, especially if your opponent passes into you like that. But we need to Catalyst early enough such that, like, because in the later turns of the game, you, at a certain point for stuff like Ruination, and even stuff like just Vengeance plus X, combos like that, you will eventually have to be banking mana every turn. This is maybe the last turn where we don't really need to be banking mana at all. So it's kind of important to get our Catalyst there. For the heal as well. So I'm pretty happy to try to take a Trundle afterwards. If he's not playing cards, he's not really winning, so I can easily open with a pass here. Like, his deck does need to play cards to win. Yeah, I think we kind of have free passes here. Like, almost always this deck would pass in this situation. We're burning 1 mana positive anyway. That's the third 3-mana card, which means he's dealing 4 damage with a Tri-Beam in his opening hand. And if I Trundle, he still has, like, Thermo Beam mana up. So we could play a nice non-committal Yeti, and then, you know, depending on whether he plays more mana, I could play Trundle or Alpha Wadclaw after that. I really don't just want to give him a super easy Thermo here, honestly. So I think the Yeti feels great. Another cute thing is, you know, if this Yeti attacks, the way he wants to deal with it is Static Shock, which he can't really use this turn without letting me play the Trundle as well. We also have to be really aware of the Ravenous Phlox in his deck. That's interesting. That Thermo Beam looks very strange to me.
The trolls are going to war!
I don't really get that.
I'll knock 'em dead.
This 4 damage here actually matters. The way this version of the deck works, like, little bits of chip for the extended range can be a pretty big deal. So we're a bit ahead here. Stunning Trundle, which is honestly fine. I don't even know if I wanted to block with a Trundle here, funnily enough. And I mean, I guess I'm just Ice Pillaring no matter what. Ice Pillar is just very free. Why would you ever not just Ice Pillar here?
You're in troll lands now. It's good to be the king.
We do want to level up the Trundle before he dies, and he could easily die to, like, you know, Mystic Flock here, or whatever. Could be a lot of things. Arachnoid Sentry is the 4th 3-mana card he's played in this game, between 2 Dredgers and a Culling, so that means his Tri-Beam is currently dealing at 4 mana, 5 damage. Summoning a 5/5? Yeah, 5/5. Or not 5/5, but 5 mana unit. And this is a matchup where we basically just want to minimize the amount of damage we're taking. Kind of matters the most. I think blocking the 3/2 just to set it into my whale range is really nice. Like killing one of his potential blockers is nice. And the 4 damage isn't really enough to scare me a ton. So I'm a pretty big fan of just doing this. The only question is, like, I mean, is whale... Are we even, like, dropping whale in the next couple of turns? Because I think I'm just going to, like, Wadclaw and then maybe even Ledros. I think I actually don't want to use whale unless I'm forced into it. I'll just stop the maximum damage. His units don't really matter that much because I've got Overwhelm as well. So it looks like I'm just playing Wadclaw here. Looks pretty free. I don't really see a reason why we wouldn't. This also can, like, sort of bluff Avalanche a bit, which is nice. Okay, so this is basically the flock here. I mean, it doesn't really matter. I can pause for a bit to sort of, like... I mean, he's 100% gonna flock anyway since he's committed into this. There's no, like... There's no weird bluff to do here. Okay. So Trundle dies, but it's 2 cards and I still get the Ice Pillar out of it, so pretty happy with that. And the Ledgers can put this game on a clock pretty quickly. Ledgers is fairly adorable here. I don't really need to keep mana open for this turn. It's kind of like the only time I'm going to super freely be able to play it. And I can deal a lot of damage by dragging his thing anyway. Like, it's not canceling my attack if he plays Pharaon, which we kind of expect on turn 8, the Pharaon. This is usually where it comes down. Could be another Sentry as well. Yeah, still dealing 5 damage on the Improbulator. And it's pretty likely he has one, by the way. Like, the Culling Strike very early is like... He might have, like, literally a double Improbulator hand if he used Culling Strike that aggressively. These are also the, like, later turns where they might be trying to set up, like, a big guillotine or something like that. Yo, Pedroka29, what's up, man? Welcome to the 1/8K club, buddy. I don't really care that much about Ledros' life if he's gonna, like, 2-for-1 into it. However, if he does have the one of Noxian Guillotine in his opening hands, I'm kind of like, or if he's got it now, I mean, it is a one of, but if he's got it now, it is pretty awkward, like letting both of my units get damaged here, powering up the Tri-Beam. Not enough of a choice though, like I still kind of have to do it. It's a one of. I don't think in this situation we can like super play around a one of. It's kind of sad if he has it. It's like that would definitely tear ass right now, because he'd kill 2 pretty big dudes and then get his Improbulator up to 6. But the thing about one-ofs is, like, for the most part, unless it's literally, like, auto-win versus auto-loss, you're just not mathematically valued into playing around them. It's like, if they have it, then they're pretty lucky. It's pretty hard to get one, especially, like, if you can't keep it in the opening hand, which is a bit dependent on the matchup, a bit dependent on the player. Mystic shot here.
Charge! They don't know what they're up against.
And there's the one Tri-Beam. So again, that's going to be going in for 6. And he could easily have another one for 6 as well. That's pretty funny. He got the Wad Claw. Wad Claw is like a hyper high roll for him. Holy shit. I mean, I'll probably be forced into Harsh Winsing here. Wow, that's so crazy.
One shot, all skill.
Yeah, I mean, there's obviously no way it's like Vengeance instead. I could see a world where it could be Harsh plus Vengeance. We don't have amazing follow-up with his hand is the one thing about Harshing here. Like, we actually can't really do anything else here. I might have to save Vengeance for Ferron, though. If he Ferrons, we Ruinate. Yeah, that's Wild Claw is super nasty for us. I don't know if there's even a ton we can do here. I think I might have to Vengeance the Ezreal, actually. I think I have to deal with it. I think I actually Harsh these two and then Vengeance the Ezreal. Just because my mana this round is actually doing nothing else. And his kind of low on resources. And I've got another Ruination and I can play at least like one big blocker afterwards. But yeah, just because we don't really have a good way to spend our remaining mana, because we're gonna have to kill the Ezreal eventually. So the thing about this matchup is just like health becomes a very big resource, right? Ferron is a little scary, and we still have Ruination to potentially deal with that. We just want to make it so, you know, we can play a Chonker, you know, trade down with a Wild Claw without taking much damage. Oh, okay, sure. So he's just getting into 1 damage before the Ezreal dies. If he plays a Ferron here, that would be very scary. I guess we would just open Ruination at that point. And with a 2-card hands, unless he's got like something super scary past the Ferron, then we're okay. But yeah, Ferron plus X would be scary. Because, I mean, even if we Ruinate the Ferron, we're still, you know, I mean, he still gets the triple decimate. So he takes the pass there, which I kind of think probably means he can't have Ferron. And drawing Flash Freeze is really great here, so. I feel pretty forced into the Ledros here. The super adorable thing about Ledros is that, I mean, it sort of puts him on a clock. Because if he kills my Ledros and I play it again, he loses. And it's like, I mean, it's a solo unit. The only downside of Ledros over Troll Scavenger, though, is I don't have enough mana for, like, Ruination plus Flash Freeze. Which, I can never really need them both. It's gonna be one or the other. Let's play the Ledros here. If he's got, like, second Improbulator, even if he, like, open attacks, we still have our Flash. We even have, like, Flash plus Whale. And we just play the Ledros one more time for the win, I guess.
It's Draven time.
So I can force his block if I attack here. However, it means if he's got another Flock, I'm taking potentially a lot of damage by not having a blocker. This block is worth. So I mean, I would stop at least 3 of his damage by forcing this block. potentially letting him deal 6 more to me. Like, he can't attack with this. If he kills my Ledros, then I think we're in good shape either way, because I can not die next turn and then replay it. So I think this attack is fine.
Hey, buddy, what you doing? My beautiful face.
The ACOS Improbable. It's pretty big here. That is pretty funny. So, I mean, we had an auto win. I don't think there's another thing apart from Tiana that wins him the game here. Because, like, we have a guaranteed win off of his attack. Flash and Whale to stay alive and then Ledros. But he got Tiana off of the second Improbulator, so we just died to that. Okay. That's pretty funny. What are you gonna do? What a crazy tournament. Holy shit. What the fuck? I mean, there's truly nothing we can do to beat that.